Hello, this is Neville from the Church of Christ in Borger. We are looking at a guided tour through the New Testament, Matthew chapter 1. Don't skip Matthew chapter 1 verses 1 through 18. Jesus' roots tells us so much. It tells us that God's Son was real, flesh and blood. This was very crucial for the people of the first century to understand. Also, Jesus is seen as the long-awaited Messiah of Israel. You'd notice the prominence of David and Abraham. And then we also see that Jesus is an international Christ. If you look at his genealogy, it reaches beyond Jews to include several ethnic groups that populated the Middle East during the time of Israel's Old Testament history. You'll also notice that if you're going to be like Jesus, as Matthew chapter 10 verse 25 says we should, then we need to learn to accept our roots. There are several people mentioned in Jesus' ancestry that you may want to shy away from. Even his birth, there's some questions surrounding his birth that isn't always the most wonderful things that we'd want to talk about. There's also the ladies that are mentioned in Jesus' genealogy, like Tamar from Genesis 38. And these ladies all have a bit of a shady history, at least most of them do. Rahab, you can read about her in Joshua chapter 2 verses 1 through 24. And then Ruth, the book of Ruth, also Ruth chapter 1 verses 1 all the way through to chapter 4 verse 22. Then it says the wife of Uriah, that's actually Bathsheba. In 2 Samuel chapter 11 through to 2 Samuel chapter 12 verse 25, you can see all that went wrong in her life. And so Jesus includes all these people in his genealogy to tell us, accept your roots if you're going to be like Jesus. Now, here's the reading, and there are a lot of names that are a little bit complicated to pronounce. The book of the genealogy of Jesus Christ, the son of David, the son of Abraham. Abraham was the father of Isaac, and Isaac the father of Jacob, and Jacob the father of Judah and his brothers, and Judah the father of Perez, and Zerah by Tamar, and Perez the father of Hezron, and Hezron the father of Ram, and Ram the father of Amminadab, and Amminadab the father of Nahshon, and Nahshon the father of Salmon, and Salmon the father of Boaz by Rahab. Smooth this up a bit. And Boaz the father of Obed by Ruth, and Obed the father of Jesse, and Jesse the father of David the king. And David was the father of Solomon by the wife of Uriah. Now that's Bathsheba. And Solomon the father of Rehoboam, and Rehoboam the father of Abijah, and Abijah the father of Asaph, and Asaph the father of Jehoshaphat, and Jehoshaphat the father of Joram, and Joram the father of Uzziah, and Uzziah the father of Jotham, and Jotham the father of Ahaz, and Ahaz the father of Hezekiah, and Hezekiah the father of Manasseh, and Manasseh the father of Amos, and Amos the father of Josiah, and Josiah the father of Jehoniah, and his brothers at the time of the deportation by Babylon. And after deportation to Babylon, Jeconiah was the father of Shealtiel, and Shealtiel the father of Zerubbabel, and Zerubbabel the father of Abihud, and Abihud the father of Eliakim, and Eliakim the father of Azar, and Azar the father of Tzadok, and Tzadok the father of Achim, and Achim the father of Eliud, and Eliud the father of Eleazar, and Eleazar the father of Mathan, and Mathan the father of Jacob, and Jacob the father of Joseph, the husband of Mary, of whom Jesus was born, who is called Christ. So all the generations from Abraham to David are 14, and from David to the deportation to Babylon 14 generations, and from the deportation to Babylon to the Christ 14 generations. An outline of this section of Scripture, verses 1 through 17, would be as follows. Matthew traces the genealogy leading to Jesus, beginning with Abraham and concluding with Joseph, husband of Mary, Jesus' mother. There is a preview, that is, the account begins with a reference of two all-important individuals, David and Abraham. David, the royal father, and Abraham, the racial father of the Jewish nation. There's always also the overview, from Abram to David, from Solomon to Jehoiakim, also known as Jeconiah, and Shealtiel to Jesus. And then verse 17 concludes with a review. Each phase of the threefold genealogy account encompasses 14 generations. Well, I hope you will join me for the next reading, which will be from verses 18 through to verse 25. God bless. Have a great day.